Well, we are not our bodies. What are we? Most of us would presently consider your body and your mind are who and what you are. But most of us are so beaten down out here or bought in that we are reduced to kind of personalities. A general temperament that expresses itself in relatively predictable patterns because most people don't have the control and authority over their own minds and emotions to be able to define themselves more specifically than that. A character, if you will. And now for many people, that is terrifying. But relax. I promise you, most everyone feels that way. Now, if you go to someone with a question, seeking a solution or understanding that you don't presently have, then inherently you must be open to understanding that the solution may not look like anything that you've ever seen or considered before. You will not be able to grasp the solution if you are not open to seeing it. Or in energy, if you can only attract the frequency you are attuned to. So let's explore something new. Let me introduce you to Lamente Semiket. Wild Sea. This is a tabletop game a la like D&D, Blades in the Dark, Treasure Trove, etc. In Wild Sea, essentially the globe has been taken over by a hyper-aggressive growth of vegetation that has created an open ocean of treetop on which you and your horror shows sail around visiting monolithic trees, the remaining few mountaintops press, and debris settlements as they rise and fall in the tides. I know. Awesome. My character, Lamente Semiket, is a race of Zelacrae, which is, they come in varying hive forms, basically, but are essentially a swarm operated by one central consciousness in the form of an anchored soul that has unified the hive around some central energy force. In my case, it's an amber scythe because it's awesome. Again, Lamente, specifically, is a swarm of bioluminescent scorpions that has a bulb at the base of their stingers. They emerge from the depths of the wild sea floor, the drowned. I know! It's so cool. Neat. Anyway, so I threw myself into operating as the conception of a hive-minded swarm of scorpions puppeteered by the detached soul of a young shaman, like hard, okay? Mind you, there are objectively arguable conceptions in modern science that each individual organic cell of our bodies has some semblance of its own sentience, conscious, and independent magnetic field. That brought me to the simple consideration that our awareness does not exist in our physical forms. If I cut off your finger, if I remove some of your cells, your awareness, your consciousness, your ability to perceive and express yourself beyond the appendage I just removed and whatever trauma you've accrued in that process, your being is not diminished in any way. Now, our bodies are amazing. They have the ability to regenerate, heal aspects that are lost or damaged, but that is just the turnover of cells. That is not what we are. So let me introduce you to Lamente Semiket. My squirrely, wired, weathered body, my vessel. We are energetic beings attached to a temporary collection of independent, sentient cells that give our spirit autonomy in this physical plane. Our bodies are vessels, our paintbrushes, our instruments, if you will, made and lent to us by Gaia, the same material incorporated from this planet to encapsulate our energy conscience, and they are returned to Gaia. Sports fans, you all just got your own teams. Body cells, go team, go! We are able to focus on this connection and use it to interact with our physical world, but we can also willingly detach from it and separate into higher dimensions and expressions. Pretty neat. And still, we know that we are not our bodies, but that doesn't tell us what we are. So what the fuck are we?